The video you're about to see first aired on the main Chat Sports YouTube channel, but we will have all the NFL draft coverage from all the different channels here, team-specific, general NFL-specific, on the NFL draft right here. So make sure you are subscribed for more free NFL draft vids. Today's NFL mock draft is presented by Roan. I'm rocking one of their polos, and you should be as well. 20% off when you use promo code CHATSPORTS over at roan.com/chatsports. It is time for the post-regular season 2024 NFL mock draft, the order of which is based on the actual NFL draft order, so no complaining. You can complain, though, about pick number 1, because that is a complete and total unknown for now. I'll mock Drake Maye out of North Carolina to the Bears. You can make very real arguments for any combination of Maye, Caleb Williams, even Marvin Harrison Jr. My guess is the Bears are going to run it back with their coaching staff, which I'm not sure is actually a great idea. And for what I think this team wants to be, I think Drake Maye's a little bit better fit because it can be a little bit more consistent within the pocket. Williams offers such dynamic playmaking. Both are fantastic quarterback prospects. And in theory, you could trade Fields and reset that quarterback contract situation. Now, if you love the NFL draft, then like the video right now. Every single person watching should like us. Who doesn't love the NFL draft? Do it for me right now. The local-ish kid getting to stick around, or I should say go back to Washington for the Commanders makes a lot of sense, right? The Commanders are going to go quarterback. That we know. It's a matter of which quarterback do they pick, Maye or Williams. Maybe that decision ends up being made for them. Who do you believe is QB1? DM for Drake Maye, CW for Caleb Williams, or O for other? Maybe you're a Daniels, Penix, or McCarthy fan. You type in O for other. Let me know who it is as well in the comments. I would love to give the Patriots a quarterback. I don't think a second one's going to sneak in the top 3. Whatever the ordering looks like, I'm kind of convinced the top 3 in some order is going to be Drake Maye, Caleb Williams, and Marvin Harrison Jr. Patriots had a bunch of misses on wide receiver prospects. You can't miss this one. Number 4, Malik Nabers at LSU. He is an explosive play machine. Arizona needs more playmaking at wide receiver. They've missed on too many picks and trades over the years. Love the fit in Arizona, even if there is a fall off after the top 3 prospects. I didn't really know where to go with the Chargers. I think that they would love to find a trade down partner. They're going to have a new regime, so we'll see that impacts things. I think getting Trey Pipkins out of there at right tackle is a good thing for the organization. Fashanu and Rashawn Slater would be one of the best 1-2 punches at tackle we've seen in quite a while now. Number 6 is going to be Jayden Daniels out of LSU to the Giants. The Heisman Trophy winner does give me vibes for Lamar Jackson. Better deep ball, not as good in the intermediates, and takes way too many hits. That's the thing Lamar was so good about there. If the Giants have a chance to take a quarterback, I think it would make a lot of sense because I still don't believe in Daniel Jones, unfortunately. So will the Giants draft a quarterback in the first round? Y for yes, N for no. It's the pinned comment, so if that ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. As long as there's a good tackle on the board, I'm going to mock a tackle to Tennessee every time. Get Andre Dillard out of there and plug in somebody else. This time it's Joe Alt, the Titan, or the Notre Dame offensive tackle. Number 8, and I was going to go quarterback here, but even though we're not going to mock trades, I feel like Atlanta's going to go get a veteran quarterback this year, whether that's a Fields or maybe even a Kirk Cousins. We'll see how that all plays out. Latu out of UCLA. I think he's the best defensive player in a not great defensive class. By the way, there's one defensive player in the top 12 in this mock draft, but the medicals will be critical for him. Number 9, the Bears, Odunze out of Washington. Love his game. You add Odunze and DJ Moore with Drake Maye, and man, that's a really fun wide receiver room. The Jets, I'll give them Brock Bowers. Thought about offensive line here. I would have no complaints about that, whether that's J.C. Latham or somebody else. I also think giving Aaron Rodgers a dynamic playmaking tight end who can kind of do some slot receiver stuff and not force team to rely on Randall Cobb, but they shouldn't be anyway, would be a very good thing for New York. Plus, Bowers, best player on the board. Today's show, as mentioned, is made possible by Roan. 20% off when you use promo code ChatSports on all of Roan's incredible men's clothes. Whether it's pants, dress shirts, quarter zips, polos like I am wearing today, these are the most comfortable, breathable, and flexible set of products known to mankind. You never have to worry about what to wear with the Roan Commuter Collection. Looking good is now easy. You don't have to worry about what you're going to grab from your closet, whether it's for work, golf, drinks, night out, whatever. Roan has you covered. The Commuter Collection can get you through any workday and right into whatever comes next. Head to roan.com/chatsports and use promo code chatsports to save 20% off your entire order. That's 20% off your entire order when you go to RHONE.com/chatsports and find your corner office comfort. Great time to remind you that we are filming this video before the College Football Playoff National Championship. So number 11, J.J. McCarthy. Number 12, Michael Penix to the Denver Broncos. By the way, I cannot wait to see how these guys play. McCarthy gets to play against a pass defense that isn't as good as what he's seen in recent games. I would argue the Bama pass defense was better. And Penix is his toughest test by far. By the way, somewhat-ish local return for McCarthy. He went to, it was from Illinois, LaGrange Park, so, not quite Chicago, but close enough for the local aspect there. I think both teams would like to find a new, younger franchise quarterback. I think McCarthy has more upside. Penix much more of a finished product right now. Also, Penix is older and has injury concerns. The medical is going to be massive for Penix, who kind of gives me some, in a very positive way, by the way, some Geno Smith vibes. Let's go to the Raiders, number 13 here. And we'll go back-to-back with the Saints, number 14, because it's two Alabama corners. Kool-Aid McKinstry, Terrion Arnold. Raiders, I think McKinstry and Jack Jones is a fun 1-2 punch, as long as Jones keeps his head on straight. Arnold, meanwhile, I think is a shutdown guy. Would be a fun fit with Marshawn Lattimore. I don't know what to do for the Saints. They're going to have some tough decisions to make in the coming years, or next few years, I should say, in terms of contracts and everything. The Colts at 15, I'll go Dallas Turner. I'd like another juiced-up pass rusher there. I did not intend for this to be the Bama run, but it is the Bama run with three straight players. Seattle, the defense has to be the pick. The issue is kind of like the Saints to a certain extent. Their issues are where they've thrown a bunch of resources in recent years, and that's not a good thing. I like Jerzon Newton a lot. He's an undersized defensive tackle, but he can make plays in the middle. Jared Verse at FSU to the Jags here because they need more pass rush. It's not been good enough in that area. Verse has to, they need some more impact, and Verse can be a nice run stopper to help balance out some of their guys as well. The Jags, a colossal collapse and massive disappointment this year. Hopefully, honestly, should be a new GM making the pick. Now, the 2024 NFL Draft will be here before you know it. Make sure you do not miss out. Hit that sub button for more free NFL Draft videos right here, youtube.com/chatsportstv. I'd love defense for the Bengals, but you have your plug-and-play option at right tackle to replace likely expensively paid free agent Jonah Williams. Give me J.C. Latham out of Alabama. And we'll stick at in the SEC for an offensive tackle prospect. Amarius Mims. There's your David Bakhtiari replacement. You can move around some other pieces on the offensive line to maximize it there. Green Bay's got a nice young core. Not quite there yet, I don't believe, but they're trending upwards after a bit of a rough, shaky start in the middle of the year. Tampa, Troy Fontenot, you can plug him in at left guard and really stabilize that offense, which already played way better than it did last year with some shuffling pieces and other investments there. Fontenot's a left tackle for Washington. Decided to stay plays against Michigan, a great test for him. I think he'll play guard in the NFL. Arizona, Cooper DeJean out of Iowa. He can play outside corner, inside corner, safety spots. I think he's one of the best corner prospects in this year's draft. You could talk me into him being the number one cornerback prospect. Also offers return value, and Arizona needs help in the secondary. The Rams still trying to replace truly Jalen Ramsey. Nate Wiggins can step up in that area, even if he's not going to be a Jalen Ramsey-esque result. It is, again, not on purpose, but that's how the mock drafts tend to go. There are various runs, just like in real life. It's the cornerback run. I think reuniting Kalen King and Joey Porter Jr. is a fun idea in Pittsburgh. And I know Kalen King had a rough showing against Marvin Harrison Jr., but, that's Marvin Harrison Jr. Everyone had a rough showing against him. Miami, Tyler Guyton out of Oklahoma. Teron Armstead mostly stayed healthy. It's tough to imagine him staying healthy entirely, especially at his age. Guyton could maybe kick inside guard in the short term and eventually take over at left tackle. Eagles, not a Georgia corner, though I thought about Kamari Lassiter here. Give me Denzel Burke out of Ohio State. I kind of feel like James Bradbury might not be around for much longer. There's a potential replacement because they need cornerback help. Who is your favorite 2024 NFL draft prospect? Not necessarily best, just the guy you love the most. Sound off for me in the comments section. Was an unexpected lack of run on wide receivers, 3 in the top 10, none until Keon Coleman to 26 to the Chiefs. You got to get more help for Patrick Mahomes. Coleman would help there. Houston, meanwhile, why not give some more talent to TJ Stroud's supporting cast? Brian Thomas Jr., man, he and Nico Collins and Tank Dell, isn't that a fun trio in the passing game? I certainly think so. Lions going to give some help to Aiden Hutchinson opposite him as a pass rusher. Chop Robinson, freaky athlete, just not quite as, impactful in terms of the stat sheet, but the talent is certainly there. The Bills, again, I don't believe in Gabe Davis. Amik Abuka would help them keep just some safety valve stuff, which sometimes is what you need from Josh Allen. You got to rein in the chaos, but it's worth it because of all the plays he ends up making. 30, Dallas, Graham Barton, the interior lineman from Duke, was a left tackle for the Blue Devils. Could play left guard or center, both of which you could use if you're Dallas, since you could always kick Tyler Smith out to left tackle after he spent there as his first year, then played really well at left guard this season. Taliese Fuaga out of Oregon State. I love this fit. I don't know if he's going to fall to San Francisco's pick, but I think a starting day one option at right tackle, I love it. And I'll throw in JT Tuimaloau. I think I'm going to be lower on him than most, but I've heard a lot of continuous good buzz around the league for him. The Ravens could use some more pass rush help. They've maximized their players in impressive fashion, but now you want to up that talent level as well. Tuimaloau, great athlete, promising straight, just not quite all the way yet. Some other 2024 NFL draft prospects. Excited to see Jalen Polk out of Washington. He could be a fringe first round, top 50 pick. Kingsley Suamataia out of BYU. I think Jeremiah Trotter is the best off-ball linebacker in this class. I don't think he should go round 1. And maybe not even top 50. Quinyon Mitchell, I've had him in previous round 1 mock drafts out of Toledo, but not as many corners went this time. And Tyler Nubin, I think the top safety out of Minnesota. Before we go, you teams without a first-round pick, I still love you guys. I got you covered. Troy Franklin out of Oregon gives the Panthers actual speed at wide receiver, which they desperately need to help out Bryce Young. And then I ran a sim for the Browns pick, and Xavier Worthy was there. And I think adding some more speed for the Browns at wide receiver to pair with Amari Cooper, to pair with Elijah Moore, I think is actually a good idea as they'll get Deshaun Watson back next year. So I like the skinny but fast wide receiver duo there for Carolina and for Cleveland.